Why do you want to work at Primark? Because I'm poor. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bushwookies podcast. This is Shade doing the intro this time and once again joined by Willow.
Hello!
So, as our one viewer will no doubt already know, we spend the week thinking of up to 5 topics. By that I mean I chose some in the last 20 minutes, and then we discuss them basically. We are now available on iTunes, which Willow will now give the details of.
We're on iTunes! Search for us, search Bushwookies podcast, and we'll come up, yay!
Do you want to chuck a link to the iTunes in the description?
Yeah, I'll link the iTunes page in the description, hoping to also get it out on Google Play, some Google Play repositories soon, so those of you who use Android can also download it there.
Fancy intro music, whatever. Did you know that Subnautica has now come out in full release? / do you know anything about Subnautica?
I don't know anything about Subnautica. I heard that it had come out into full release, but I've not really heard what that entails.
Probably a kind of pointless discussion, us talking about Subnautica if you know nothing about it then.
Go ahead.
No, I was kind of hoping
I
to
know it's
bounce off of each other here.
Okay. Do you want to jump into my first topic instead?
Let's go straight for it.
So this week, Gary Newman of Face Punch announced that within the next 2 months, Rust will be being full released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's now.
That is a pretty good coincidence.
It is a very good coincidence, considering apparently Subnautica is also.
So Rust is actually going to be coming out into full release?
Yeah, so he said it's probably going to be mid to late February, so next month, so not actually that long. And the price is going up. It's now going to be, I think he said £49.
I would not pay that for Rust.
No, I mean, the problem that I think Gary and the team are going to find, because it's been out in early access so long, everybody who wants the game has pretty much already got the game.
I was about to say, the game has been out for 5 years now.
Yeah, and I mean...
Everyone that wants Rust has got Rust.
Yeah, and I mean, the Humble Bundle, normally, like, the Yogs Bundle every Christmas normally give it away as, like, the 59p tier.
Yeah. So, do people still buy Rust?
They must. I mean, there must still be people buying it to the point where they're now considering putting the price up to, like, full AAA price.
Yeah, I can kind of understand Ark putting their price up because Ark has a lot of content.
Well, I mean, Rust does now. It's got a lot more content than it did to begin with, and I think it's a lot more of a sort of fully fledged game.
However, if you do compare it to games like Ark, though, Ark has a lot more. It's more of a time sponge. You can do a lot more in it.
Well, I think Rust can also do that. I think the problem that we've got with Rust is that, I mean, I don't know about. Well, I do know that this is the case for you as well. We don't have the time.
Yeah, definitely do not have the time.
I don't have the time to hop into a survival game. Like, I've tried to get into a number of survival games, but I find that whenever I get started, I'm like, right, I've got myself a nice little foundation. I'll come on tomorrow and I'll do some more. And then the next day I'm just like, I'm so busy.
I started playing a little bit of Subnautica recently. Both me and his floof girlfriend, because I don't know if she wants an actual name for our one viewer, have been, we've both been playing on the same Subnautica world. Not multiplayer, as in I'd play for a bit, get raged, I couldn't find the seamount thing, and then she'd take over.
Yeah, take it in turns, yeah.
Yeah.
Do shifts.
Yeah. Basically, I'd sit back on the sofa and read or do some work, and she'd play Subnautica, and then we'd switch over.
So, yeah, Rust is getting its full release, which is... I know better late than never. At least it's coming out of early access.
It's only taken them 5 years.
Yeah, but look at DayZ. Look at the state of DayZ.
Actually, I think I find DayZ came out, what was it, I think 2 days after Rust? not Daisy. Why did I say Daisy? 7 Days to Die came out 2 days after Rust. No idea. No idea if you knew that or not.
I didn't know that actually, and
Yeah.
that's actually got a lot of work done on it. But it's
Yeah. That came out
still-
exactly 2 days after Rust. Rust came out on the 11th, and 7 Days was on the 13th.
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we look at Daisy standalone, it
I have never played Daisy in my life.
that's
I
a
don't
lie.
even-
We played mod together.
That was the armor mod, not actual Daisy though.
That
And
was,
I could never. And also, I couldn't get it working. Remember,
that's a good point.
I was walking around on 1 FPS for like half an hour, and then just uninstalled it and gave up.
That's fair. Well, either way, that came out in 2013. The standalone came out in 2013.
That was pretty good. That was a good year for survival games. 3 of them all in that same year.
Probably a few more. Probably a few more than 3. 'Cause I
When
remember
did
that was, like-
original H1Z1 come out?
Oh, I think that was 14. We'll have a look. 15.
This is saying initial
2015.
release date February 18th, 2016 is what it's saying here.
For me, it's January 15th, 2015.
Hmm.
For Just Survive.
Ah, there we go. Yep, I forgot they changed the name.
Yeah, because that's just a really stupid move,
Yeah.
in my
Why
opinion.
would they name the Battle Royale that has nothing to do with zombies H1Z1 and the zombie survival game Just Survive?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I
I
mean,
understand the survive part, but in the Battle Royale, the whole focus of it is to just survive, make it to the end,
yeah, and not to,
not to fight
fight
zombies,
zombies, which is
or
Just
cure
Survive.
whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that never made sense. I think it was just because the Battle Royale was their main money maker, and they
Oh,
built their
yeah.
name as H1Z1.
It's definitely still their main moneymaker. There are still people on Twitch that play the Battle Royale.
Really?
Yeah, it's still got some sort of popularity. If we have a look on Steam charts, yeah, there's 9,000 people playing it at the moment, 12,000 30-day average. It's still
Wow.
quite popular. It's on a big decline. I mean, if we look in July of last year, it had 86,000 average players.
And there's 12,000 at the moment.
And there's 12,000. It's been going down. It went down by 14,000, then 25,000, then it's been going down about, 10 to 15,000 ever since.
It's just because of PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah, now that PUBG and
Well, PUBG's got actively almost 1 million people, doesn't it?
yes, I believe so. It's very, very
Let's have a look.
and we obviously can't tell what Fortnite has because that's not on Steam charts. It has got 1,600,000 average players a month.
I would love to know what the stats are for Fortnite's active players.
I would as well, actually, yeah. But unfortunately, there's no way of really finding that out. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
yeah, but I would hazard a guess it's around that as well because Fortnite's been picked up by YouTube, hasn't it? Like all the YouTubers or all of the
It's because I find PUBG it's really ugly.
well, it's got that sort of trying to be realistic look
Yeah,
about
which
it.
I don't like. It doesn't have any appeal to me. It's really just kind of dingy and gloomy.
Yeah, I agree. I like the sort of bright, sort of cartoony look of Fortnite.
I think PUBG takes itself too seriously, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it started off as a mod for armor. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know that, but
Yeah.
well, technically it didn't, but it kind of did.
Hmm.
Basically, PlayerUnknown was a modder for armor, and then he got hired. He first got hired, ironically, to
By H1Z1.
By H1Z1, yes.
And he was the one that made their Battle Royale, wasn't he?
Yeah, he made the Battle Royale. Then I think he made a couple more Battle Royale games. Then he got sort of poached by this big company to make pub.
I like how they named the entire game after him.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's a weird one because he's not really super famous, but he's got enough of a name in that scene that people
Yeah.
go, "Hey, that's PlayerUnknown."
Was it definitely the same PlayerUnknown? Is this confirmed?
Yes, this is confirmed. He's done interviews and stuff. It is confirmed that this is the player unknown that was originally the modder.
Do you remember when Fortnite first announced their battle royale and Player Unknown got really pissed off about it all?
Yes, I remember there was talks of lawsuit,
Yeah.
which,
Or
let's be honest, that was never going to stand up in court.
not a chance was that ever going to go anywhere. I really missed the culling. That was such a good game.
See, I never played the culling. It always looked a little bit bland to me. The graphics looked a bit clunky.
I really enjoyed it. Up until Fortnite, it was the most fun I'd have had in a battle royale game, including Ark Survival of the Fittest, which I played a good, like, I don't know, probably 200, 300 hours on.
Is that still going?
No.
Really?
Let's have a
'Cause
look.
I know
So,
they made it free to play, didn't they?
yeah, and then there was issues with it, and they had to abandon development on it because, for some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to have massive cash prizes on the battle royale game.
Right.
So all their money was just sinking into this free-to-play game they made, and they had no way at all to make money from it.
Oh, I see. But I guess their hope was that people would play this big prize game and go, "Hey, I want to buy the standalone." But
Well,
obviously didn't.
didn't work for them and hasn't worked for Fortnite.
Has it not?
Well, have you bought the Fortnite standalone game?
No,
Like
I've
the
not.
Save the World? Yeah.
Have you?
No.
Fair enough.
Well, Ark Survival of the Fittest, 245 hours on it, and the culling, only 19 hours, but I was playing on a laptop that could barely run it.
Do you want to know the stats of Ark Survival of the Fittest? Have you looked it up?
91 current players. The
Yep.
culling, 16.
Now
That-
that's not very good for a game where you have to survive against 100 other people on a server, for example.
No, the culling wasn't 100.
How many was the culling?
Culling, I think, was 30.
Still, 16. You're not even filling a server.
No.
So that's...
And Survival of the Fittest, I don't think that's even the official servers. That's probably all on unofficial servers.
Yeah, probably.
But the disappointing thing with, I was going to say Survival of the Fittest, they added in such a skill curve to it. It's like you couldn't be a casual player and carry on and get wins and do well.
Why is that?
Well, they kept in a lot of the more advanced stuff. So you had all of the, you know what a fabricator is in Ark?
Oh, right. So you had
So
people
you could still
who...
you could make rocket launchers, you can make auto turrets,
You'd think they'd have balanced
you can
it
make
as
metal
opposed...
armor, massive machine guns.
So they've basically taken the base game and gone, let's add a battle royale, but let's give them everything from the base game.
Yeah, and it would have been so much better if they capped it at the smithy, so it was just the simple guns.
Yeah,
Because
I guess it's
even
just...
for casual players, that is achievable because there was enough metal spawns. But yeah, you had to. Every match there was. If you go on it now, you can't win. It's just people that grind it. You go in, at the end of the circle, there's people flying in on massive vultures with rocket launchers and metal armor. And you're stuck there wearing the skin of a scorpion with a long neck rifle that can shoot 10 bullets.
Yeah, that's really stupid. Like, I'm not surprised that it's dying.
Well, I think the main reason it died, as I said, is they just stopped development of it. I'd really like them to bring it back because, as I said, I had so much fun playing that. I streamed that game every night for about 2 months straight.
I know you streamed it. I didn't know you streamed it that much. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Summer holiday between first and second year at uni.
Wow. Didn't I sit in on one of those streams? Because I sort of
You-
hopped by and I was like, hey.
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
And
I
at
got
one
my
point,
mod status.
I was playing it with Floof,
Yeah.
and quite a few people. I don't think I actually talk to them actively now, but I made quite a few friends through Survival of the Fittest. What I'd like to see is a popular streamer stream the culling and get his fan base in, just to bring the game back to life.
That would be really funny. Like, there's a big trend at the moment. I don't know if you know. There's a big trend at the moment of raiding videos. Where, so say, pick a game, Club Penguin. Okay? It's games like that. I'm not even kidding. It's games like that. And what these people will do, they will do a live stream on Twitch. They'll get their fan base, which is normally quite considerable, and they'll be like, right, we're all going to join this one server on Club Penguin. Let's go. And because obviously they're live streaming, everybody joins. And they're like, right, we're going to dress a certain way and we're going to type all the, we're going to keep spamming this in chat. And they take over a whole server.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, but with like the culling or something. That'd be quite funny. Like all of a sudden this big streamer just rocks up and all the servers are full.
That would make me so happy because I'd be able to play the culling again, and that was such a fun game.
Why did that die out?
They didn't. In my opinion, it died out because they didn't do anything about the guns.
What was the problem with the guns?
They were so powerful.
Well, they were just more powerful than any of the other things. So
Well,
if you found a
everything
gun,
else
you
was
basically
maybe-
won.
Yeah, if you killed someone with a gun, it would get you enough funk, that was the currency, to get more bullets for the gun. And to get the gun in the first place, all you'd have to do was just go around grinding stuff, looting areas, recycle all the stuff to get funk, and then go to an airdrop and grab it. And then you forgot your gun.
Yeah.
And you could set up some really powerful starting bits anyway. Wait, what are they called?
Loadout.
Perks. Yeah, loadout perks. So you could there was probably like a good 10, 20 different airdrops you could choose from. So yeah, you'd pick your gun one, and you'd have a loadout which, I don't know, gave you increased damage with a gun, better carrying capacity, and lets you start with a man tracker so you could find people.
Yeah, that's...
So you go in, you get a weapon, you hunt someone down off the bat, kill them, get your airdrop, get your gun, go hunt everyone else.
Yeah, that's really unfair.
Whereas other people, myself mainly, because I didn't like the guns, I never even tried to go for them. I liked making bows and spears and weapons and everything.
Yeah, I think...
Because a lot of it was more close combat.
Yeah, I think...
For a Battle Royale game, that was really fun.
Yeah, I think with... Going back to Ark's Survival of the Fittest, did they add the primitive mod and everything for it? Because if they did, that would be really cool. Like if they added the primitive DLC.
Nah, there wasn't primitive plus Survival of the Fittest.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that would have been quite cool.
That would have been really cool. That would have solved the problem with the fabricators and the guns. If everybody just rocking up with spears and T-Rexes, it'd be quite fun, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking at the culling now because I was tempted to buy it and try and organise a raid, and we could, join my non-fan base and your somewhat fan base, and go and like stream it and just go and raid a server and just have
we
a
could try and
massive
get one listener. Oh, there's currently 7 people on the culling. Looks like 10 of them have logged off for the night.
Yeah, well, I was looking at it. It's £18.99.
Yeah.
If it was cheaper, if it was like 5, I would have got it straight away and just gone, yeah, we'll try it. Like if nobody joins us, nobody joins. But
you could buy it and then refund it.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't even want to bother. Basically, I'm looking at all the reviews. Top one here from Dr. Technoid on Steam. This game is abandoned. Stop selling it for €23.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which is fair. The only good review, positive review in the last year is from a user called Ugandan Knuckles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, even Steam can't escape it.
Discussions in the last week. 14 hours ago, someone made a discussion for the culling.
Mm-hmm.
Press F to pay respects to the old culling, which was a beautiful and exciting game. And his name is D. Wayne the Cock Johansson. Well, I've found another one on the culling. So it's a scene, it's a little gif. It says how 90% of matches end. It's the scene from Indiana Jones where the samurai guy's coming up to him with the sword. He's swinging his sword around. He's there. Indiana's there with his whip. He thinks about using it.
Oh, and then he
just shoots the guy.
Yeah.
And the guy that posted it is called Dongo Dungus.
That's a very good comparison. Thank you, Dongo Dungus. You're not listening to this, so I don't know why I'm thanking you. If you are listening to, if you if our one viewer does happen to be Dongo Dungus, leave a comment.
There's one from Daddy Tong.
Pete Tong. Pete Tong the DJ.
An inanimate mannequin. People have some pretty cool names.
Yeah, and then you've got Shade and Willow.
Yeah. Okay, so Fortnite has added in a new custom game mode for a little while.
Oh, have they? I've not seen this.
Yep, it lasts until the 2nd of February, so it's just around for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh wow! Right, we're gonna have to jump in on that.
We definitely are.
What is it? I've not.
Snipers only.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
It's just snipers and revolvers. So you got your snipers and revolvers for close range.
That sounds really fun. I would definitely be up
I played
for that.
some of it earlier. I dropped on top of the mountain near Salty. I got 2 chug... Because there's 3 gold chests there, and there's 3 gun spawns.
Right.
I got 2 chug jugs, full shields, a golden sniper, and a revolver.
Yeah.
And I just climbed back up to the top of the mountain and sat there sniping people. I got, I think, to top 4, top 5. It's squads only mode.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I'd love to give that a go.
9
That
or
sounds
10
really fun.
kills just hiding on top of there.
Oh,
And
that
then
sounds really fun.
Died because I jumped off the wrong way when the circle was coming. Not my finest moment.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I told you about the time that I tried to record it, didn't I?
There's been a few times you've tried, isn't there?
No, I only tried once. So basically, I set my OBS up because I use OBS.
Yep.
Dropped, went with my little parachute, whatever. Landed on Salty Mountain. Grabbed a chest. It lagged, and then I just sort of got shot and died. I didn't get the gun first. Basically, I landed, opened the chest, went to get the gun, lagged, and got killed. And I was like, "Yeah, I can't record this."
Rip.
It's not recordable and playable.
That sucks.
But it's one of those things, isn't it? Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'll get an actual proper good PC at some point, and I might actually be able to do recording.
I think I might start trying to record my Fortnite series tonight.
That's a good idea. Really
Do you like to join me for one of them?
Yeah, of course.
So this is the 101 ways to fail at Fortnite.
Yeah. I'm well.
So it's going to be snipers only.
That sounds very fun. Yeah, let's do
It'll
that.
probably end up being like episode 2 or 3.
What's episode 1?
That's just going to be me doing a solo going to one specific place on the map. I did have, as I said, like 5 episodes recorded, and then my hard drive got corrupted and I lost everything.
So now you've got to basically re-record. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a
But it's
shame.
not difficult to record me failing at a game, though.
I mean, you do that whenever you try and record a game.
Yeah. My only issue is DX Story now isn't compatible with Fortnite, so I'm going to have to set up OBS and Audacity, because I've always been useless at getting the microphone/game volume settings correct in OBS for recording. So I'm going to tell it not to pick up my mic and then just have Audacity recording my mic.
Why don't you go old school and get fraps?
No. No, thank you. I'll pass.
I'll give you a little secret. You know that Rust video we did that went out on my channel on Sunday?
A few days. You recorded that with Fraps?
Yeah, I couldn't get OBS to work with it. OBS wouldn't pick up Rust as a game.
You have to click enable anti-cheat
I did.
compatibility.
Still didn't.
Yeah, that's weird. It works fine for me.
So I had to use Fraps. I went old school, and it worked. Like, it didn't lag out too badly.
Yeah.
It was good, and the footage turned out decent enough. Though it was more the discussion than the footage. But yeah, so that sounds really cool. I would love to be part of 101 Ways to Fail in Rust. In Fortnite.
Didn't Rust temporarily have its own battle royale?
It was a player made.
Oh, was it?
Yes, yeah, it was. So a couple of players who know how to do good lure started their own server.
Good lure?
Good as in top notch. Lure as in programming language. LUA.
Ah, okay. All right.
So a couple of players that were good at Lua
Yeah.
managed to program a server that had Battle Royale, but I think it's gone. But
Probably is.
it was never an official thing. It was something they
Fine.
considered.
Speaking of which, I am currently working on a new Arc map.
Oh yeah,
It's basically I'm being paid to make it, and I'm not supposed to give out details for it. All I can say is that I'm making one, and it's going to be pretty cool.
that's really awesome. Can you tell us who's paying you to do it, or is that
Two random French people.
fair enough? Well, I like
They're both modders, and they've got an idea to make a kind of like a total conversion for Ark, because it's going to remove all of the dinosaurs and replace them with which will completely change the map, which will completely change the game. You know, whilst on the subject of Ark, I actually got kicked from the testers Discord.
Why is that?
I was a beta tester for that game since before Survival of the Fittest came out, so a good 2 years. And I got banned from the Discord for making a joke about duping and undermeshing. Basically,
Wow.
one of the people in the Discord got a girlfriend, and he changed his Discord icon to a picture of his girlfriend. And the people were talking about it, and one of the devs chimed in with, "You couldn't get a girl like that by yourself. You obviously got her by duping money and undermeshing her house."
Right.
So I said, "XD, it's not like duping or undermeshing is difficult."
Yeah, and that's...
Which then made him think that I'd been doing it, and apparently he said something along the lines of, "What dupes do you know? Reply now or you're getting banned." And I was at the shop at the time,
And you
so
got
wasn't
banned.
looking at Discord. I came back and I was gone from the Discord.
Oh,
After
that
literally
sucks.
2 years of helping with that game, I've got a disgusting amount of hours in that, and probably a good 300 to 400 hours in the game are just in helping bug testing
Yeah.
for updates and everything.
Problem is when you get one of these developers who's just power hungry. They
What
think they
really-
run it.
The only thing that really pisses me off is my name got removed from the credits of the game.
Yeah. Was it actually in the credits?
Yeah. Shade was in the credits for the game.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, not anymore, but
Not anymore, no.
that's a shame.
Yeah, a little bit annoyed about
Yeah.
that. So basically, the person that banned me for the Discord, he's in the modders Discord as well, so I can
Alright.
still message him. So I was actively playing Aberration and finding constant bugs that were just breaking the game, so I was just spamming him with them. And he asked me to send them to another dev, and I couldn't contact the other dev, so I was just asking him to unban me for the Discord, and I post him in the correct channel. And he
Right.
couldn't exactly ignore the messages because I was pointing out massive holes in the map where you could get straight into the mesh.
Yeah. So what did he do in the end?
Nothing. I just stopped playing Ark.
So there's a news article I read this week. A lot of mine tend to be around news articles because I read a lot of news articles.
Yep.
And this one is related to what we do.
Okay.
The headline is in the Metro, so don't take it too seriously.
Yep, I won't.
Because they don't take themselves too seriously, let's be honest. Hotel owner calls out YouTuber.
I know this! I knew it was going to be this!
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on.
What do you know about this?
Basically, a vlogger with 75,000 subs.
At the time,
Emailed.
yes. She's now got
Emailed.
100k because
Oh, that sucks.
she's
She got
blown up,
more.
basically.
So she emailed a 5-star hotel in... What country was it?
Dublin.
In
Ireland.
Dublin, yeah. Asking to give her and her boyfriend a free 5-night stay over Valentine's,
Yes.
which is probably their most expensive money
Well,
making
the most
time.
expensive,
Yeah.
they're busiest. If they're giving out a free room, those are people that could have paid that have
Yeah.
not
So-
paying because she's got a room. And her promise was to give him exposure, this guy
It
who runs
gave
it.
exposure and good reviews or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. The only
And,
issue
yeah.
is, I don't know if this is something that you've seen, he has way more followers than her.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's a vlogger person himself, isn't he?
No, he's just a
Online personality.
online
person.
personality, owner of the hotel. That's all
Yeah.
he really does.
Oh no, he actually has a YouTube channel as well.
Does he? I've not.
I think so. That's what I
I
read.
didn't see that, but that could be the case.
Only yeah, for what I know is she emailed and asked for free stay in their busiest time of the year in exchange for a shout out to her 75,000 12-year-old followers. And they put a post up on Facebook saying, basically, piss off. We don't. You want our staff to work for free for you? That's not going to happen. And they blurred out all her name and everything. And then she posted a video saying how she was so humiliated to be ousted by the by the owner of the hotel and felt so ashamed, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Even though she was the one that outed herself.
Do you know how many views that video got? However,
How many?
2.6 million.
That's her most viewed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's her most viewed. So if anything, this has done her good. This guy
Which
saying no.
really annoys me. Before we progress, what is your opinion on her asking for a free 5-night stay?
I think, on one hand, it's a little bit bad to ask for that long, and B, at that period.
Yeah.
However, you don't ask, you don't get. I'm very much of that opinion. You should always ask, because they can say no. Fair enough. But then, don't go and whine about it.
Yeah.
It's the fact she went, oh, I'm so embarrassed because I was called out. Like, yeah, you were called out. You've asked for a 5-night stay at a 5-star hotel during their busiest weekend.
For free. She probably had that in.
For free. You got called out. You put your hands in there, you go, I tried to ask for a free stay, whatever. It didn't happen. You don't cry and go, oh, they're a horrible person. No.
And then, in retaliation, well, I'll say retaliation, after the YouTube person made a big hullabaloo, I'm going to use that word, about it, woe be me, the guy's now banned all YouTube personalities, hasn't he, from the hotel?
Supposedly all bloggers banned from our business.
Oh, yeah, it's all vloggers, isn't it?
Bloggers with a B.
Oh, bloggers.
I'm guessing
Okay.
that involves vloggers as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But anybody involved in the blogging industry.
One thing I didn't like is in the email, she said give it a 5-night stay for free and she'd give them like good review, whatever, and exposure.
Yeah.
You don't want someone to, well, obviously you'd like them to give you a good review, but that's basically lying to the people that would be watching it, paying her in a free stay to say good things about them. What you want is a person to go there of their own volition, pay to be there, and say good things about it.
Of course, yeah, but the problem is with a normal person going there and reviewing it. 87,000 YouTube subscribers aren't going to see that.
I know, but there are YouTubers that go to places and pay to go there and do vlogs or whatever about the hotel they're in.
Yes, definitely, and I think that's what she probably should have done.
Yeah.
I think it was very bad of her to send that email, especially considering how close we are now to that weekend.
Yeah.
Which is...
Well, this happened, a good week or so ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, this happened last week.
Yeah.
Between recordings of the podcast, this happened.
Yeah, because I remember reading about it. I was talking to Floof about it.
Yeah, it's an absolute crazy story. I think the bit that makes me laugh the most is where in her original email, she put I hope we can collaborate.
Yeah.
As if it's some sort of collaboration.
They're not really getting much out of it. Because I took a look at the channel. It's not really a channel that would attract people that could afford to go to stays in 5-star hotels. It's the sort of stuff that would appeal to angsty teenagers.
Well, it's just like teen girl makeup stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. You're very a long way away from being a teen girl. I was once a teen girl. However, it doesn't even appeal to me. Now I'm an old woman.
What I found amusing is, okay, so I came across all of this on Twitter,
Hmm.
and I saw the person's tweet, and in the replies, the only people that were agreeing with her and saying she did nothing wrong and she was completely in the right and the hotel owner was out of order and should be fired or whatever were other female vloggers. You broke my train of thought.
And now I'm thinking about trains.
No, that was it. The vlogger mindset is once they have a bit of a following, they should get given stuff for free.
I definitely agree with that, and that's something that I'm probably going to put in. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think
yeah. In the
problem with,
replies to the
not
tweet,
all vloggers, but a
no
lot of vloggers,
a lot of them.
do think that because they've seen people like Zoella and Casey Neistat get what they want because
Then
they're
they're-
big and successful. They're like, right, I've got a moderate sized following, and let's be honest, 90,000 subscribers isn't masses.
It was 75,000 at the time.
It was, and now it's 101,000.
Yeah.
But the Metro says it's 90,000.
But yeah, vloggers
That's high.
tend, again, not all making this clear, but a lot of them tend to see that they can just get what they want and they don't have to follow the normal rules that apply to everyone else.
Yes.
For example, like take the Logan Paul thing, for example.
Yeah.
Like how he went into the suicide forest and made the video with the dead body.
The thing with Logan Paul is, and it's not something I particularly want to go into, it's not something I've ever mentioned on my YouTube because it's not something I wish to dwell upon. The problem is he thinks he's above it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He thinks he can do that because he's popular.
So our one viewer, if you're a vlogger, and I apologise in advance, yeah, the vloggers tend to feel as soon as they get a following, then they can get away with stuff.
Yes, I think, and I made the example of Zoella and Casey Neistat. They're at the point where they can, but they they choose not to get away with things like this. You know, as far as I'm aware.
Sorry, I've got my hamster climbing up the side of the cage next to me. I've never seen it's just weird because I've never seen this hamster climbing before. She's a violent little thing that will rip you to shreds if you try and pick her up inside the cage. And I'm sitting here next to her talking, so she obviously knows I'm here. And she's climbed up the corner of the cage and is just staring at me, like doing the splits. Okay, she fell off. and the other hamster's lying on her back, asleep in the food bowl. They ate all the food, it's fine. Have you heard that they're increasing the cost for passports?
I think I vaguely heard something about that. How much is it going to be now?
Passport cost is going up between £15 and £20 for UK passports.
So it was about 50, wasn't it?
It was 75.
So it's going to be about 100.
Yeah.
90 to 100.
I've got the article here. They currently cost £72,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going up by 17%. So they're going up to, about £85, £90.
That is ridiculous. I mean, they try to encourage people to travel abroad more.
As it stands, I have a field trip with my course to Brittany in end of March, April time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't afford to go because I can't afford a passport.
That really sucks.
Yeah. Well, it's one, I can't afford a passport. Two, they told us before we came to uni that all of the trips that were needed for the course were paid for, but they want us to pay £100 and something to go on this trip. That is part of our coursework.
Are you able to afford the trip itself?
I'm starting this term in my overdraft because I've got to pay £700 for accommodation to do my dissertation.
Yeah.
So, as it stands, 3 weeks into the start of term, I'm about £100 into my overdraft. And we get our next student loan in May.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah.
So when you get a job, I've tried getting jobs. I've applied everywhere. I had an interview at Primark and it was awful.
Oh, go on. This is a story for the podcast.
No, it's not even that amazing. It was the first time I'd ever actually had an interview. Like all the other jobs I worked for had been a lot less official. So
Yeah, well, I
at the
guess
Chinese
yeah,
to work there, I turned up. Well, yeah, basically I turned up. I was shown what to do, and they put me to work. There was never an interview or anything. Didn't give them a CV.
yeah,
Just walked in, said, "Do you have job?" They said, "Yes, we have job. Come here tomorrow." I went back the next day, and I then worked there for about 3 to 4 years.
yeah, that's fair.
And then there was
I was very similar with the Chinese.
yeah,
Except
then
I
there
actually
was-
handed them a CV.
yeah, I didn't have to. Yeah, I also worked obviously California Cliffs over the summer.
Yeah.
Great place if anyone wants to go there. Don't. So my interview for that was my
Could you
mother
explain
got me the job.
what California Cliffs is for people who don't know?
California Cliffs is basically a holiday park, not one with rides and amusements. It's
Caravans.
caravan, yeah,
Yeah.
big caravan things and chalets by the beach. They've got an arcade. They have a swimming pool. They've got, I don't know, like a football and basketball pitch, outdoor play area, live music in the evenings.
I think that's enough free advertisement. They're gonna have to give us a 5-night stay over Valentine's if they want any more than that.
Alright, so yeah, as I said, my interview for there was I literally got the job. I was still in Portsmouth at uni at the time, so I emailed my mum my CV and asked her to go hand it out to places. So she handed it out there, and the day I got back from uni, drove back, probably got back at about 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, I remember you got back super late and then had an interview like straight the second you got back, didn't you?
Yeah, but luckily I managed to change it to the next morning. So I spent all day in the car, then unpacking, and then the next morning went off for this interview, which was literally just sitting on the little chairs in the reception area, filled out a quick questionnaire, and then sat down and did some work on the computers for, I don't know, 3 hours, and then worked there for the rest of the summer.
Not bad.
Primark. So, to first apply in the first place, you had to go online and you fill out this questionnaire of, okay, so it gives you scenarios and you have to say how you would react to them, and it gives you like 4 options.
Yeah, I've done that before. That's fair.
Which, in and of itself, is difficult to pass. I had to make, I think, 5 different email addresses to actually finally get it right and get an interview.
Why?
Well, you have to get every question right, or it
it
says
automatically.
you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really.
You have to
bad.
get every single question right. So, yeah, I now have 5 different email addresses, all slightly different. Like, one has the initial for my middle name in it. One has my full middle name, but the initial for my last name.
So when you were complaining last week's episode that you had to give out your email addresses like Metallica Fan 96.
Not quite. No, my fuck it, I'll tell you what it is. My old email address.
Do you want
I
me to
made
cut it?
No, it's fine. I'll cut out my name from it.
Yeah.
It was made years and years ago. I didn't know what to have for my email address, so it was named after my friends at the time. So it was my name, Luke Tim, at hotmail.co.uk.
You know what? Now you've said that, I've actually remembered sat there next to you while you've typed that in. I genuinely remember in college sitting next to you.
No,
and
I
you
never
typed
used it in college.
I remember you used it for sign up for something, for like a game or something. Because I was sat there, you had your laptop, and we were getting ready to jump into a game of something, like during a free period, and you genuinely typed that as your email. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was the email I first used when I made my Steam account. So that was what it was when we first played
that's
Rust.
what it would have been it, yeah.
Changed it since, sorted it out.
That's brilliant, and it's also funny considering neither of those two people are still your friend.
I haven't spoken to either of them since high school. So that's what, a good 7 years ago?
I mean, to be fair, one of them, Tim,
we hadn't spoken to since
we hadn't spoken
year
to
8?
since like year 8.
Year 9?
And Luke stopped speaking to us when we left high school, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny, actually.
So anyway, back to Primark. Yeah, finally got the interview.
Hmm.
Interview day came around. It started pouring with rain when I was on my way there. So I had to dip into Sainsbury's and get myself an umbrella. So yeah, I was obviously dressed up, suitable for an interview. And this being Portsmouth, there are a lot of lower class chavvy people around. So I just got weird looks and got, I don't know, some chav yelled at me, what was it? Posh bleep.
You can swear on this.
You posh twat.
Okay.
Because I was wearing a suit to go for an interview.
Yeah.
So yeah, bought the umbrella. It was bloody expensive umbrella. That cost me £15.
What? Really?
Yeah.
£15? You can get them for
For
like $3.99 from
In a
Primark.
Sainsbury's.
From Primark, you can get them for $3.99. That's where I got mine.
Ironic.
It's ironic,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I bought that. I'd already gotten relatively wet. I held my suit jacket thing over me
Yeah.
to keep me dry.
You're a blazer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the time I got out of Sainsbury's, it stopped raining. So I arrived to the interview, slightly damp, with an umbrella in my pocket.
Is that
holding
an
my
umbrella
coat.
in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
So I had to go through all these questions at Primark. And my problem with this was, I really didn't particularly care if I worked at Primark or not.
Oh, so
it's
you've got to try and feign interest. That
I
you
had to
work
try and
there.
pretend to be interested in working at Primark. So there were the usual questions of, for example, like, what do you know about Primark? You sell clothes.
They sell
what
other
can you-
things.
Yeah, I know, but I said you sell clothes and what's it,
Junk.
linens and things like that.
Absolute tut.
Also, I said they used to trade. They started out as a company in Ireland under the name of Pennies.
Is that true?
That is true, and they still trade under the name of Pennies.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
think
cool.
it's Pennies.
How did you find that out? Wikipedia?
No, I googled it before I went.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I went for a few other questions like why do you want to be a part of the Primark team? My first thought was,
Money?
please don't make me work with chavs.
Oh,
I don't want to be part of the Primark team.
God, yeah, you know that's gonna happen. You know you're just gonna like be in Chav Central.
So I blabbed my way something about wanting to develop my team working skills or some crap like that. And then there was the question of, this is how I know I didn't get the job, by the way. I think up until this point, I was in for a chance. So, why do you want to work at Primark? And I said, before thinking, because I'm poor.
You didn't.
I did.
Why?
I didn't care if I got the job or not at that point.
I mean,
I needed a job, but I really didn't want to work in Primark, but they're the only place that gave me an interview.
I am shocked. Son.
And that was the
So,
only reason I would have wanted to work there. I
What
couldn't
was
think-
their expression when you said, "I'm poor"?
I quickly said, no, but I see I made it sound like I was joking.
Okay.
And then went along the lines of, I've liked the shop for years, I come in here all the time, and I think it'd be nice to be a member of the team.
And you're sat there, and in your pocket, you got your phone, and it goes, "For Primark, turn left." Like, no, Google Maps off.
But yeah, so that is how I didn't get a job at Primark. Why do you want to work at Primark? Because I'm poor.
I think we've found the intro sting.
Oh god, no.
It's you 2 weeks in a row. Oh god, that's hilarious. Well, unlucky. Better luck next time with not Primark.
Yeah, I'll probably apply again.
To Primark.
Under a different email, don't worry.
Under a different pseudonym, you're going with like a Groucho Marx style mustache and glasses.
Yep, and this time I think I'll use the email blankluketim@hotmail.co.uk. And just let them be confused about who's going to turn up. I will be on the upper hand. I'll be the one that dictates the terms of this interview.
They'll be expecting Tim or Luke. Or just swap the first name around each time. They're like, oh, this must be Tim. He's mates with the other two guys. And it's just you with a mustache.
One time going with like a mustache and a fake nose. I'd say the other time wear glasses, but I do wear glasses, so that wouldn't work.
But you wear like quite sensible glasses. Go in with like Mardi Gras glasses. Leo, like Dame Edna.
Oh god.
This is a bit of an old story now. But it involves a little game. Now, we've not actually played any games yet, but I have some games.
Mm.
Monopoly last year. The game Monopoly. Are you aware of this, Monopoly?
I have heard of the game Monopoly, yeah.
Are you aware of the story to do with Monopoly last year?
No?
Last year, Monopoly got rid of 3 game tokens.
Huh?
You know the little tokens? The little, like...
The things you play as?
Yeah, the little metal pieces.
Yeah.
They got rid of 3 of them and swapped in 3 new ones.
Why?
To keep it fresh, apparently.
What did they get rid of?
Welcome to the game. First game, can you name all of the old Monopoly pieces before the change?
Right, well, here we've run into a problem. The only version of Monopoly I have ever played is the Lord of the Rings Monopoly. So yes, I can name them. There's Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, Frodo, Gollum, Arwen.
That's too many.
Oh, there wasn't Gollum, there was just Arwen then.
There's only 8.
I was up to 7.
Okay.
And now I've lost my train of thought, but yeah.
Sam,
yeah.
Okay, well, the original pieces were car, thimble, dog, hat, cat, wheelbarrow, boot, and battleship. The pieces they've added... You sung my battleship. They've removed thimble.
Good.
They've removed boot.
Good.
And they've removed wheelbarrow.
Okay.
Right, they've got rid of boot, thimble, and wheelbarrow. And in their place, penguin.
Right.
Rubber duck.
That's made out of metal.
That's made out of metal. And the weirdest one, right? The weirdest one that I think they've added. T-Rex. I did not expect that.
You're right there, Willow.
I did not expect that. No, it's a T-Rex. It's not Adolf Hitler.
So I feel like this isn't going to make it to the final cut.
It'll probably make it to the final cut. It's funny.
Is there any chance this could replace Primark?
No.
Right, so they added in metal rubber duck.
Metal rubber duck, penguin, and T-Rex.
Right, okay.
Now, T-Rex is the weirdest one because it's really accurate. They've actually done all the scales. But penguin and rubber duck are just like rounded. There's not really much... They've got form and shape, but they've got no texturing or shading or anything.
I'm just going to Google penguin, T-Rex, duck.
I'll be honest, I'll probably cut this whole section because you didn't know the thing, so the game...
No, it's fine. It led into a good conversation.
Yeah, I suppose.
I see what you mean. Yeah, they've put so much effort into the T-Rex. And the penguin and the duck look crap.
Yeah. The duck looks especially bad.
The duck, they could have at least given feathers.
Well, it's a rubber duck, so it's supposed to look like a rubber duck. The penguin looks really bad as well, actually.
Yeah.
But the T-Rex, I'll give them due. They've done good on the T-Rex. I can see that most of the money from buying a copy of Monopoly goes on the T-Rex.
Yeah. Interesting. The Lord of the Rings Monopoly, so expensive. £46.
Wow, that's really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well...
And someone is selling for £210 the little metal figurines from the Lord of the Rings Monopoly.
So if you buy it, you can earn... That's weird. The pieces cost more than the... What?
Yeah, someone is trying to sell on eBay the metal bits from the Lord of the Rings Monopoly for £210.
Oh, that is bad.
Someone else is selling the game and all the bits for £21, but that's a bidding one.
I see. Now, these two decisions,
Yeah.
the T-Rex, the penguin, and the rubber duck, were put to a public vote.
Really?
Yep, along with a number of other tokens. Can you guess what the other tokens were? They are mostly tokens relating to the modern age.
A car?
There's already a car in the game, but I'll give you that.
A selfie stick?
There was a race car, so I'll give you that. There was no selfie stick, no.
A YouTube icon?
No.
Elon Musk's face. There is nothing more modern than him.
Kind of. They used the Monopoly Man's face.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Ah.
Monopoly Man's face, which I guess is a face, so I'll give you that. It looks a bit like Elon Musk. Only less smug.
Well, you said modern, so I figured Elon Musk.
Right, what they attempted to add were race car. This was put to the vote, obviously. Race car. Wagon wheel. Not the biscuit.
I could go for a wagon wheel.
A Rolex. The Monopoly Man's face. A fluffy bunny slipper. A TV. A rotary phone. A winking emoji. And a hashtag.
What? Really?
Yeah.
A winking emoji and a hashtag in Monopoly.
Yep. Well, obviously they weren't picked. We know what was picked. It was the dinosaur, the penguin, and the duck. But
Yeah. They should have added in Boaty McBoatface. I guess they got the battleship, that'd have to do.
yeah, I guess that is a boaty and it is muckboat face. So
Didn't they name one of the escape rafts things on that ship
Yeah.
Boaty McBoatface?
they said they were going to name the whole boat Boaty McBoat face, but they only named.
Well, no, they put the name to public vote.
Yeah, and the people chose Boaty McBoat face, so they better, but they didn't. So.
No, that is disappointing. And now every time a thing has been put to public vote, it has been something related to that.
Yeah, every time something goes to public vote, they're like, shall we put this to public vote? And then somebody in the office just looks over and goes, Boaty McBoat face. And then the guy just goes, yeah, second thought, let's not put it to a vote.
But no, I can't remember what they were, but I have seen a few things where they put them to public vote and people have suggested names similar to that. Just because...
Yeah, I've seen that as well, because it's like a bit of a meme, a bit of a joke, isn't
Yeah.
it? So people tend to do that. And there we have it for episode 2 of the Bushwookies podcast. Thank you ever so much for listening. If you're on YouTube, please comment, like, subscribe, share, favourite. Do people still favourite videos? Do it. If you're on iTunes, please give us a positive review. It really does mean a lot to us and it helps us go up the rankings, and then more people can listen to Shade talk about Primark and me talking about Monopoly, if that made it into this episode.
Also, it'll mean a lot to us if you do share this podcast.
Yes, please share this podcast with a friend. Share this podcast with an enemy. I don't
Preferably
care.
an enemy, because if you share it with a friend, they might not be your friend for long.
So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye!